If you've ever been 14 before, you've seen some isekai. I'm talking Sword Art, Gate, No Game No Life, and Martin Lawrence's smash hit Black Knight. It became addicting immediately with these magic worlds and game-like systems. I remember when Sword Art first came out and everybody was like, oh shit, motherfucking people trapped in a game, that's crazy. And it was pretty fucking cool. But then it turned gay. And I'm not talking good gay. I'm talking bad gay. There's Demon Lord, Magic Bitch, Smartphone, the list goes on. There's not anything wrong with liking these series, that's not the point of this video. But I want you to look at Demon Lord and Ray Zero side by side. Do you really not see how I can say that the quality of this genre is starting to drop? What's going on, everybody? My name's Scamboli, and I'm going to be talking about how isekai is gradually getting worse and worse, and how we can breathe new air into the genre. But first, let's talk about what makes isekai so alluring in the first place. When I was younger, I had a lot of game consoles, from the Nintendo 64 to the PS2 to the Wii, but what really stood out to me was that big, blocky-ass Nintendo DS. Just opening it to hear that almost made resetting that piece of shit worth it. And the most memorable game I had was probably Pokemon Diamond, which was what introduced me to the leveling system. I would sprint around the grass for hours and hide under my blankets after bedtime. No, Mom, I'm not playing my DS, I'm just trying to sleep, just to grind my stupid ass monkey. Sorry, I'm a man, I don't play grass types. And why would I spend my time doing something so worthless? To level up. Leveling up is the closest experience to busting a nut that you can get at that age. All games have this sort of progression system to prevent it from getting stale. We like moving forward. In Pac-Man, after you complete a level, you advance to the next harder one. In Dark Souls, you die 800,000 fucking times fighting a boss just to get a soul that allows you to craft better weapons. We like progress so much we grind until we're overpowered and then fight stronger bosses just to get fucked up again and restart the cycle. Don't leave yet, I swear I'm getting to the point. Leveling up or gaining a skill is a tangible form of progress. When you look at your screen and see that sweet 50, you're satisfied. And I think this is probably the fastest way to cause a player to feel satisfaction and trigger that addictive response. And when you're watching a character level up or use a new skill for the first time, you get sucked in. You see yourself on the grind and think, I could do that, because, well, you have. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, for example. He has a dorky ass class, but as he levels up and grinds into becoming overpowered, you think about how you could be using these classes and abilities. There's a sense of familiarity that makes you think, fuck, I wish I was there, and that's why isekai is so popular. It makes average people like you and I feel capable of doing something amazing in another world, and it draws us in with these leveling systems and grinding that we're so familiar with. But that's just a theory. A gay theory. Anyway, now that we've established what makes isekai so cool, let's talk about why I think the genre is getting worse and how I'd go about fixing it. Remember how I talked about how we like to feel the epic highs and lows from going weak to overpowered in games? Yeah, it feels fucking gay when you beat a game and you're just droning about unchallenged by everything. The once terrifying dragons are now just your fuck puppet, and now the only way to breathe new joy into the game is to either mod it to shit, or just start all over. Isekai is basically that, but without either of those two fixes. Kenja no Mago, he's instantly fucking OP, even as a kid. This guy is summoned as a fucking demon lord, there's just no satisfaction, and there's no progress that can possibly be made when you're already at the top. That's why you hear a lot more about Shield Bro, Danmachi, and Slime Boy. You get to see them rise to the top. There are some exceptions like Overlord, but I'll get to that later. Half the time, the main character has no fucking motives, no personality other than being overpowered, and has some weak-ass desire to come home tacked on to make it seem like he has some sort of objective. So here's my suggestion. What if instead of skipping the entire thing that makes isekai cool, you spend time on it and developing the character? If you read the Spider isekai, it's really nice because although we're like 60 chapters in, she constantly fights bosses that are stronger than her and grinds to become strong enough to beat them. That is exactly what makes the genre so entertaining. What if the main character is overpowered, but he encounters something stronger and finds out what he's weak? And now that I think about it, that's kind of what Hunter x Hunter did with Nen. And finally, what if we actually watch them farming mobs? It sounds boring, I know, but imagine how immersed you would become if you saw how he's leveling up and the development they would go through. Instead of being a cool main character because they're overpowered, they'd be cool because they actually have some backbone and work for what they have. Let's move on to the next issue. I like Skyrim. What if every game you played was Skyrim? What if you were doomed to play the same fucking game over and over and over? It doesn't even matter which one you're talking about, every isekai takes place in the same fucking game and it genuinely annoys me. Ooh, a demon lord, ooh, Adventurers Guild. I've gotten to the point where I see the words Adventurers Guild and just skip the chapter because I already know how it works. Entrance exam, start at F, work up to S class, blah 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 blah. I don't understand how every isekai manages to be built in the same world without even questioning it. I'm addicted to isekai just like you, but Gate, Sword Art, Danmachi, Goblin Slayer, Shield Bro, it's all the same shit with no variation. There's always beastmen, there's always the same magic, a demon lord, dragons. For every Tanya the Evil, there's 9 death marches to take its place. So here's how that changed the whole game. Just steal from other games. Look at Zelda, they invented their own animals, lore, and all sorts of shit without even having magic. What if some kid dies and woke up in a fucked up hellscape like Doom? What if you woke up in the world of Rapture like Bioshock? I'm actually getting myself pretty excited, this sounds badass. But the list goes on, there's so many possibilities for isekai that we aren't even getting explored because authors see a popular genre and don't want to deviate. Do you know how fucking cool a Doom isekai would be where the main character fights mobs of demons to level up? Isekai is getting stale because no one wants to innovate, but this could be completely fixed and made into something so much bigger. Let's move on. These authors have gotten to the point where they realize they're essentially writing the same story over and over again, so they had a weird gimmick to trick you into watching. Exterminator in Another World, Handyman, Chef, Slime, Sword, Dragon, Martin Lawrence. The list goes on, and a few of these stories pull it off really well. The Sword isekai is pretty good, but what happens when this novelty wears off? We've yet to really see an isekai end. When do you get sick of seeing some dude cook food as a punchline every time? A lot of times it feels like the gimmick is the author's way of creating another uninspired isekai. I want to write the same story that's been written 1,000 times, but I need something different. Paraplegic in Another World. So here's how to fix it. If you want to write an isekai for the sake of being an isekai, don't. The story should be able to stand alone without some stupid twist. Overlord pulls off the gimmick of being spawned in as a fucking skeleton because there's substance beyond that gimmick. There's extensive world building and intriguing characters and all sorts of shit going on that keeps you engaged. I really do enjoy Shield Bro, but take away the revenge plot and it's the same as every isekai ever. So what if instead of using a big shock at the beginning of the series to keep viewers, you invest in creating a believable world and some interesting characters? Let's say an isekai took place in a unique world where we experience everything for the first time with the main character. Instead of using a big surprise to hook us in, what if you prompted a sense of discovery and imagination in a vast made-up universe? That's what creates followings. That's why Made in Abyss has such a large and dedicated following. It doesn't need shock to keep us interested. Bottom line is, I think isekai authors should spend more time thinking about creating an interesting story rather than a shocking one. That's just my opinion, but I think it would improve the state of isekai by a shit ton. And it gets me excited to think about, so let's wrap this up. So the thing to take away from this is, we need a Doom isekai. Ooh, that shit would be cool as fuck. Like some guy finds out he's been sent to hell and almost gets killed by an imp, and then there's a game UI and loot and shit. Just think about it. Moving on, you can argue that there's nothing wrong with isekai, and that's fine. But I see room for infinite possibilities that aren't even being touched. Just think of all the things that could be made with a little bit of innovation. I'm just some asshole on the internet, and yet I've come up with more ideas for the entire genre that I've seen on Kiss Manga. But that's just a theory. Okay, theory. So that's it, that's the video. I'm not gonna turn into some fucking video essay channel, I just wanted to share some ideas and see what you guys think. If you're one of those nice ass people who always comment on my videos, I love you. Don't be scared to disagree with anything I said. I'd love to talk about it. Peace.